TBIC, the best in sports entertainment. We're here live in Parliament USA, TNS Media Group with the team and the family. What's going on, Mr. Jackson?
What's going on, Tucker? Good morning, man. You all right?
I'm chilling. So, we had a big game last night. Yesterday afternoon. Lakers, OKC. Lakers won the game 126-99. Lakers were barraging the Oklahoma City Thunder with threes. Luka Doncic had 30 points in that game. The Lakers win this game. OKC is currently sitting at 64-14 with the best record in the NBA. The Lakers are at 48-30. Do you think that this win says the Lakers are the best team in the Western Conference, or do you think that this just is another game? Because they got to turn around and play each other again, and tomorrow they play again tomorrow. OKC.
I'm not saying that LeBron and them is not the best team in the Western Conference, but they are one of the best. And we said this when Luka got traded to them, and the way these dudes is out here playing this ball now. Like I say, how Luka is around one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and this man still got, effort to go out there and put game into this sport. Man, they playing ball, man. They are very scary, and they are something to not be played with when playoff time comes. That's my opinion on it. Luka is out here playing. LeBron is conducting this whole shit. You don't see them boys out there playing, man?
Yeah.
They went out there and embarrassed them people, and they got the best record?
Best record in the NBA.
And not just in the Western Conference.
And
we talking about the NBA.
Yes.
Now, like you said, they got a couple more games to see each other and stuff like that, but yeah, that was a statement, son. That was definitely what's up.
Now, flip side for me, Oklahoma City Thunder, they have the best player in the league, SGA. He's been on a tear as of late, but I think the Lakers made it real difficult for him, putting different bodies in front of him, not on duty. You got, Gabe Vincent. They had, Vando coming in, guarding him, Austin Reeves, all these guys, different defenders on them throughout the game. Roy Hachimura, then they made, a lot of adjustments. And then on top of that, the Lakers were unstoppable, meaning they were just knocking down three after three.
But it's called a hot night too. It's called a hot night, but I'm not going to contribute to just a hot night. It was a hot night mixed with a hell of a performance from the Lakers. They was like you said, hitting all their threes, all the shots. Because that's not going to happen every night. Yeah. Not to say that these boys can't shoot, because this is what they practice to do. But everything was going in. The basketball, the hoop was this big. It was no denying them the blowout that they put down on them boys the other night.
Yeah, Lakers were 22 of 40 from behind the arc, and Oklahoma City was 12 of 37. Now, like I said, they do play each other again.
Yeah.
This could possibly be a Western Conference Finals matchup. Once the playoffs start in another week or so, this could be a major series between these two. Now, last year Luka and the Dallas Mavericks knocked Oklahoma City Thunder out of the playoffs, but I believe Luka knows how to play against these guys. Luka knows how to pick his spots. Knows nobody on that team on Oklahoma City Thunder can guard him, and he showed that. So now you have him with the Lakers, with LeBron, who has the experience, who's been here on numerous occasions, and now they have a team with a lot of shooters around them. Now this team could possibly go very, very far. I don't think anyone wants to play the Lakers in the playoffs this season. So we will see what happens in regards to that. Anything else you want to add in regards to the Lakers' dominant performance over Oklahoma City Thunder?
Man, beware. That's to the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference. Beware of the Lakers.
You need home care services for yourself, but you don't know where to begin. Please allow Mecca Care to help you. Call now, 215-644-8341.
The Rockets, man. Houston Rockets just defeated the Golden State Warriors 106-96. The Rockets, are second in the Western Conference behind the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, this game, the thing I really want to point out in this game is Stephen Curry, 33 minutes, he only scored 3 points with 4 turnovers. 3 points in this game. Does this say something about the Houston Rockets defense, or does it say something about Steph Curry just having a terribly, terribly off night? I mean, you only scored 3 points in this game. What's your thoughts, man?
How long we been watching Steph play this game? Like, certain things is just, what's understood don't even need to be explained. We talking about Steph Curry here.
Okay, but 3 points though. 3 points though.
Listen,
3 points.
Listen to me. One of the best pre-mill shooters that we have seen thus far in our lives, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Okay. Best shooter all time.
Yes.
Best shooter ever. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And this 3 points This 3 points that he just had.
Yes.
This leads you to believe that he could be shut down. I think this is probably the lowest he ever had in his career. Am I lying?
Yeah, I would believe so. But
3 points out of the whole game. Like
33 minutes. 30 minutes.
So would you
score 3
contribute
points?
that to an off night or a lockdown census count?
I
Like for real, like if you're really being honest with yourself, and we're talking about Stephen Curry, we just both agreed that he is one of the best premier shooters of our existence, right?
Yeah.
So would you contribute?
No, he is the best shooter of our lifetime. Period.
Okay, all right. We'll go there then. Well, I ain't want to jump all the way out there, so but I'm gonna ride with you. With that known, would you contribute that night he had last night? Last night, correct? Mm-hmm. To lockdown census or an off night? Because I believe players have off nights. They're human beings too. They play, 88, 82 games a year? That's very tiresome. This is the end of the season, right? He carries that team on a regular basis, right?
Yes.
I'm talking about day in and day out.
Yes.
So then when you see something that's so just the other way, 3 points. Like, if it wasn't on TV and you just came in here and told me that, I would never believe it. I would never believe that. But why he can't have an off night? Why does it have to be locked down? Like, do you really think that if they play them again next week, that'll happen?
No, I don't think it'll happen. What I'm saying is I attribute a lot of this to the coaching and the players on the Houston Rockets, which don't really get a lot of recognition. They are the second best team in the Western Conference, right?
Right.
They have beaten teams like the Lakers. They have beaten teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder. They have beaten the Golden State Warriors. They have beaten, you name it, anybody in the Western Conference. They have beaten a lot of these good teams. And now for them to shut Steph Curry down to 3 points. Not saying that Steph Curry is invincible, meaning he can't be guarded or he can't have an off night. Everybody has off nights, no matter what you're doing. But you see the Rockets in their play to shut down Steph Curry to only 3 points. Something was going on there. Steph Curry numbers, he was 1 for 10 from the field, 1 for 10. Meaning he couldn't even get a shot off, basically.
So let me ask you this. So do you contribute, you still never answered me. Do you contribute that to an off night or extraordinary defensive performance from Houston?
Both, a little bit of both, but I would probably give more credit to the Houston Rockets because because they are the team that went out there and it showed that they are the second best, at least the second best team in the Western Conference. Mm-hmm. So for me, I would say it had a lot to do with the Houston Rockets, in my opinion. But to see Steph Curry score 3 points in 33 minutes, 1 for 10, he had 8 assists. He wasn't even in foul trouble. He had 4 turnovers. So. I don't know, Steph, we're going to see what happens. I don't know if they play each other again, but they may meet up in the playoffs again. But the Rockets are going to be a tough outing for anyone, in my opinion. This is going too far, I believe. You notice over the years, a lot of fans have been ejected from games for saying certain things. Most recently, Marcus Smart, who played for the Washington Wizards, returned to Boston, a team he played for 9 years. He's been there. He's mentioned that a lot of the players came to the funeral of his mother. He has a tight bond with a lot of the players. Yesterday, playing against his old team, there was a fan in the crowd who said some things, and Marcus Smart basically said, he just crossed the line. We all know. I don't do line crossing. This is what he said.
He said this about the fan.
Yeah. He said the fan crossed the line. Why is it, do you think these fans feel so comfortable to say things to these players? Sometimes it's racial slurs. Sometimes
because they ain't getting knocked out. That's just it. They ain't getting knocked out, man. And we ain't promoting knockout or violence. But for them to feel comfortable to talk about certain people, family members, racism, slurs, they ain't getting knocked out. If you was getting reprimanded for your acts physically, that'll keep you in line and check.
Oh, so throwing them out the game, not
No. Knocked out, sleep. Throw them out the game and they can come back next week. That's not a reprimand because I'm gonna keep it up. All that, like freedom of speech, certain things you just can't say, man. You can't walk up to somebody and say, that's why your mom did, and think everything, and a person not to have a real bad emotion for this. Like, people are emotional. All of us is made up of emotions. You got, just because he's a player, he's a human being. You don't talk to that man like that. You don't say a racial or cracker. You don't do that. You don't know what type of trauma this man done been through. If his mom was hung, or his grandmom or something was hung by some slavery stuff back in the day, you're not entitled to say that unless you want to get knocked out or you're ready to get knocked out. That I'll tell you one thing, it'll stop you from saying it.
Yeah, well,
Because ain't nothing happening. All it is, look, what happened? The fan will be at the next game. Smart gonna have to deal with it. But if Smart knocks him out, and I'm not promoting that. I'm not saying, yo, I want Smart. No, I said if he was to knock him out, that fan will have a better perspective of how to address people from there on out.
So you think he need to go up there, just walk up the stairs,
And slap him or knock him out.
so they need to have somebody walk around, you know, on the floor, walk around through the crowd, just knock people out who say.
No, I'm not
racial
promoting
slurs.
that, but if that was going on, you won't have no racial slurs and stuff like that. Because a lot of these dudes are saying these racial slurs or whatever it is cowards.
What about a permanent ejection or permanent a ban from NBA games?
That would be sufficient as a knockout.
Yeah.
But it still wasn't, because now he might go on social media and they banned me, my own team, they loving niggers, not to say the word nigga up here like that, but they loving this, you know, because they're gonna rant. Because it really wasn't no, you grow up and you did something wrong, you gotta spank it. And you know the next time when you thought about doing that same wrong you did, when dad be home and he put that hand down, see, they took that away from society. Can't beat your kids, and we're not going straight from the subject, but this is on point what I'm saying. It has to be some more ramifications, more punishment besides, I just eject, you can't come here no more. You called him a nigger or him a cracker, you can't come here no more. No, we're not going to do that. It has to be sterner punishment. That's why it's still going on. Like, you just going to heckle this man, and then 9 times out of 10, you can't beat Marcus Smart. This man's an athlete. These dudes be extraordinary. You know? Like, come on now. You're scared. It'd be a little old, cowardly dude making these statements in the stands. Knowing if he jumped up there, first thing he gonna do is, I'm suing. But you sat there and talk about that man's kids, that man's family, that man's race, that man's religion. Come on, man, you got to watch when you can't say what you want to say to everybody, man. You can't do that. And then if the proper punishments ain't in place, it's gonna keep on going on.
Yeah, because like for the whole season, I think that's like that could be mentally draining for an athlete. Russell Westbrook went through a whole season of them calling him Russell Westbrick, saying things about him. All these things.
That's cool.
No, but I'm saying
but that's
it's going.
Russell, that's more so cool than a racial slur.
But
talking about my family. If Westbrook is out here shooting bricks all the time, I'm gonna call him Russell Westbrook brick too. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We're talking about his game. We're not talking about him as a
playing
person.
The game.
And he's shooting bricks. Russell Westbrook. I agree with that. Yes. Russell Westbrook. If he shot 10 times a night and 9 of them was bricks, he's Russell Westbrook. I'm not talking about him as a person. I'm talking about his play as a game.
The psyche of the player.
Well, then if he can't stand that, he needs to get out of the kitchen. Now, when you talking about the other stuff, the racial slurs, the talking about my kids,
But who are we to say what crosses the line? Westbrook might look at that as crossing the line.
How? If I'm calling you a bum, you shouldn't be playing this sport then. This is what this is about. It's emotions. If you out here playing like trash and I'm telling you, you play like you keep turning the ball over. Bro, what you doing? Your mind is not right. I could grind you up about that. This is our profession. If I know you could run the ball without fumbling, but you keep fumbling this one game, I'm gonna grind you up. Okay. This is a part of the game now. I'm not going outside the element.
Even Russell Westbrook, even before he got a chance to brick the ball or miss a shot, he touching the ball, Westbrook. It's like they just.
But the deterrent, I'm cool with that.
Okay.
I'm cool. That's like when they go to shoot the foul shots. That's to deter you from making the bucket. What Westbrook? What? That's not talk. This is all in the sport. Then it becomes personal when you're talking about my ethnicity, my religion, my kids.
Okay.
This is a whole nother ball game of talking.
Fair point, but I'm just saying, we you don't know how much a person mental can take.
Well, if his
Sometimes-
mental can't take that of playing the sport, then he shouldn't be. This is the wrong line for him.
Okay.
Because I know if I was playing basketball and I went out here and I performed like trash tonight and they called me, man, you was turning the ball over, you was shooting bricks, and I was actually doing that, I'm gonna go ahead out there and practice a little bit harder because this next game ain't gonna be that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you have a valid point. I just think that sometimes these players and people can get confused that these people are humans just like everyone else, and they have
Right.
they have feelings and pride and all these different things. So these things is just something that people have to be considerate of, in my opinion.
Right.
Anything else you want to add in regards to this?
No.
Yeah, so I just think that people need to realize what they're doing, understand that, like I said, these people have families, individuals, people have different religions, people have families that have been through different things. So racial slurs, slurs about people's religious beliefs or whatever it is, people need to be careful because, like you said, somebody might want to run up in that stand and then put their hands on you. So you heard it here first. It's TBISC, the best in sports entertainment.
The best.